The Fed meets this week. Let's take it over to Dan Deming at KKM Financial. Dan, certainly people are talking about the disruption of the automakers strike. What effect does that have on the economy and the Fed, whether short or long?
Yeah, Angie, I think when you look at this week and some of the dynamics that the market's contending with, certainly the UAW strike is something that could potentially have an impact on the economic structure. I think that the Fed will keep an eye on that. We'll get probably some information on that as we move through the week with the rate decision on Wednesday and the press conference, and he'll probably be asked about that as the potential impact on the U.S. economy. I think if it's a short-term strike, that really is not going to have a significant impact at all. The Fed's looking at much larger macro issues at this point. But if it continues to persist and gain traction, then that certainly could be a headwind for the economy moving forward. Couple that with the reinitiation of student loan payments in October. There's two things out there that certainly the Fed will be watching closely if they continue to, particularly the UAW thing, if it continues to evolve into a longer standing type of standoff, I guess.
What else are you watching this week?
Watching the Fed announcement, Angie, certainly the market anticipates that they're not going to do anything this week, but it'll be key, I guess, as to how he enunciates the plans moving forward, as the market is pricing in at least a quarter-point hike. Also looking at some key technical levels this week when you look at the markets with the S&P and the Nasdaq now reaching their 50-day moving averages. It's something that could create some momentum or a shift in momentum should we see a failure here at the 50-day moving average and some further weakness, which would pull us away from there. But I think momentum could kick into the downside. Also, vice versa. So this is a key level here this week as we move through the week when you look at some of the price action in the various equity markets.
Thank you, Dan.
All right. Thanks for having me, Angie.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.